Hello class, my name is Alexis Sanchez and today I will be going over some key points regarding the historical Greek hairstyling that many men and women would incorporate as a part of their day-to-day routine. Throughout the video, I will be discussing more in depth the different types of hair accessories that were used to style their hair, along with how the different historical time periods such as the Minoan, the Mycenaean, and the classical styles evolved over time. Although jewelry and clothing was very important for the Greeks at the time, their hair and the meanings behind the styles were just as important. The way the Greeks styled their hair in ancient Greece reflected an individual's age and usually their position in society. Greek women had long, usually wavy or curly hair that they would style using accessories. If you were married, usually the woman would tie their hair or wore it up on their head to keep everything secure by using a sakos, which is a ribbon or net. The more lower class or woman in a place of mourning would usually cut their hair short in a bob sort of style. Very similar to the woman, the Greek men wore their hair long as well. For a short duration of time, in order for the men to tie their long hair back, they would use gold pin accessories, but that stopped during the Roman times. As you can see in the picture above, they were required to have short hair and no more facial hair. Alexander the Great had a huge influence on this decision after seen with his clean-shaven look. Now that I have shared a bit of information on men and women's hairstyles of ancient Greece, I thought that it would be very informative as well if I showed my interpretation of two different ways many women would style their hair during the Minoan, Mycenaean, and the classical time period. This first hairstyle was commonly worn by the more middle class. To achieve this Minoan Mycenaean style look, you want to first start off by brushing your hair backwards, leaving small pieces of your baby hairs to help shape the face. Second, grab your accessory of your liking, either a crown, beret, or ribbon, so that it helps secure and hold your hair together. Third, you will need to divide the hair into pieces. Depending on how thin or how thick your hair is going to determine how many pieces you will need to separate. For me, since the hair is a lot thicker, I will be dividing it into 3, which was usually how many sections that were divided. Now that you have successfully parted your hair, grab one out of the 3 sections and tie a ribbon or piece of cloth to form a ponytail. You will then, on that same section of the ponytail, go down a few inches and add another ribbon and/or cloth. Now you will just repeat the process for the remaining 2 sections of the hair. Finally, once complete, it should showcase this beautiful look that they would wear. The final hairstyle I will be replicating is from the classical era. During this time, Greece went through a few adjustments. The democracy, literature, philosophy, and the anthropomorphic art all went through a series of changes. The art was modified, and a lot of the pottery and paintings displayed how the Greek women wore their hair in much more detail. Like mentioned previously in the video, married women wore their hair in a low bun, ponytail, or either fully covered using a headscarf. Diadems were often worn by the higher class to both hold their gorgeous hair in place and to show off the wealth and its beauty. The upright bun was a common hair form because of how fast and simple it was. To achieve this look, first grab all your hair. Start twisting, working your way to the top of your head. Then again, grab your choice of either a string or a cloth. For me, I will be using a string. The rough cloth pieces were used because it helped make sure the hair will keep its shape and stay in its place since their hair was a lot thicker. To this day, inspiration has been taken, but in a more modern twist. The younger generation from back in the 2000s usually wore flower crowns, hair clips, and braids, and it is all due to the beautiful Greek hairstyles and accessories that were worn by the gorgeous men and women that we owe this to.